Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Monsieur. I want to wish you a happy Sunday. For it is, I wanted to discuss a few ideas. The first one is that there is a lot of intense magnetic solar activities right now. I don't know if you felt like that, but it's like I'm having long, like 6, 7, 8 hours sleep, and I wake up so tired. That's because there is a lot of integration that is going on the energetic level. It is very important to love yourself, fall in love with yourself. For you are divine, you are an unique eternal being created by an infinite creator that loves you immensely. Are we capable of loving God as much as he loves us? Can we love life as much as can we love ourselves as much as would want someone else to love us? So it is an exercise. For it is very important to question everything right now. We're going to see everything and its opposite. So because within the intuition as well, there is challenges when we receive things from the inner plane. The outer world is relatively flat, and there is like just this facade is flat. But on the inner plane, there are sometimes there are energies that are opposing themselves or contradicting themselves. Eventually, we seek the point of harmony. The soul can provide this peace and harmony. Well, it is very important to be ready for surprising transformation that will be rapid, complete, and permanent. For us, as we grow and our empathy and our sensibility increases, it requires us to be courageous. It's like because we are facing things that is beyond our comfort zone, and how do we react peacefully to what is being presented. For the soul is really seeking peace and harmony. This is once we will be aligned, fully aligned with our soul, will be in peace and harmony. But we cannot deal with other people's emotion. We have to deal with our own emotions. We cannot control other people's mood or emotions. So it's like sometimes silence is the best response to many things when there is like too much agitation or confusion. And stop watching negative messages on TV, on internet. Even do not look at it till the end. If you see there is negative information, stop it. Close it or leave the room in order to return to your inner peace, to your joy. And to repeat yourself, I am healed and I am at peace. For we need to calm down our mind, and to set limits in relationship to all that we do. We do need limits in order to stay within our strengths and within our power. So it's like there is an intense preparation and purification in the process, and but we need to walk to the end of our journey alone, and there is nobody we came alone and we're going to finish the program alone. Nobody can do that for us. The heart knows everything. In truth, they put a lot of fear into the heart, so we couldn't go there. But eventually, we need to disengage from the fear to feel the love. The heart is the doorway through which the love is flowing, and because the mind we will try to figure it out, but there's a lot of things he won't be able to. So, for we are here to experience, incarnate higher truths and manifest them into the world. But we cannot go back to the old way. It is very important to focus on your light and your self-love, to continue to cultivate as well the compassion. But there is no need to fight in every cause. There is so many causes that are worthwhile, but we cannot fight every cause or understand everything. So it's very important to let go of the past and move forward. And every time we feel joy, we feel happiness, we feel connection, it is as we are touching upon. We are inside this higher fifth dimension. For it's like with my consciousness, I've been a very long time. I've been connected to my immortality, even integrating this immortality within my consciousness, which has nothing to do with the physical body. The immortality, even the physical body, can only be, even if we would live 10,000 years in our physical body, like an Atlantis, it would still be temporary in relationship to eternity. So eternity is a state of consciousness that comes from the alignment with our soul and spirit. And the so now it's like the challenge is to align the third dimensional physical body and the fourth dimensional emotional body with that higher plane. For that, we need to purify, understanding we need to have at least 51% of our past that is positive, it's positively oriented. For there are two groups in this planet, those 3D beings that are service to self, the selfishness, the people that are use and abuse the world, and those who are the service of others. Do not forget yourself in the service of others, but to understand we are here to serve life, and understanding also that the Earth, Gaia, is going through her own shift and ascension that is quite unique and independent for this experience of the Earth to ascend the planet with all the population is really never been tempted in this universe. So, and there is free will. So it's like you cannot, you shouldn't. We can't force anybody to choose love and to choose ascension. And it's all about our programmation. For in the 3D, when we came into the 3D, we've forgotten that divine eternal nature and the unity, the interconnectivity of all things and all being. Yet it is very clear on the higher planes. For 5D, when we move into higher planes, we think of collective consciousness. We have new senses that are awakening. But there will be a recess in terms of core value and responsibility of the cause and effect after humanity awakens. Right now, and they will have a revision about what the nature of reality is in the future education. Will have to include the teaching of Ra, the unity consciousness, the tree of life, the law of one. And it will be much more cooperation than competition. Well, in sport, competition is interesting, of course, but we'll need to cooperate rather than fight against each other for like resources or whatever. We'll cooperate and share. It's much more intelligent. And so, but in the art world, it's my world. Is the art world. It's like as dealers or gallerists or whatever. There is much more cooperation. We do need to work with other dealers because we're dealing with unique products, so there is really no competition. And there is great cosmic events, but it's more than cosmic events that the shift is more about. It's more about internal process of transmutation and transformation than even cosmic events, which will come. Right now, there is enormous solar activity. I'm going to pull a card for the day, and it is co-creation. So it's very much about understanding we're here to co-create together, to work together as much as possible, to ask for help, I ask for your help, I'm ready to provide my help, to assist the world, to be supportive of each other. And because this world of survival and lack in all form were created by the Dark Controller to prevent or slow down the ascension, but they will fail because the Prime Creator has decided, has made the call a while back that the humanity will be free and the planet will be free. Sometimes I'm being asked to make impossible choices, so I have to wait and see. It's like, and sometimes we do have to learn to stay silent in peaceful meditation. You cannot learn meditation in books or messages or videos. It's good, it's guidance, all of it is useful, but meditation is silent, peaceful meditation it's like when if you want to learn to swim, you can read 100 books. If you never see a swimming pool or a body of water, you'll never learn to swim. Or skiing, it's like you can read all the book about skiing, but if you don't get on the slope, you will not learn. So it's a step-by-step process, but it's very much about experience, and meditation remains essential to quiet down the mind, to be in a receptive mode, to receive the information, the guidance from the higher self. For it is very important to do our best to let go of anxiety and fear, as well as the expectation on how or when the shift will happen. But we can be certain that it is happening. We're shifting. For a lot of people that are in this ascension, this light worker community, are already spending much time in fifth dimension. They don't really know about it, but when we receive insight, when we receive clarity, we're receiving a guidance from the higher self. We are in this fifth dimension or fifth dimension or above. And so we need to continue to cultivate the non-judgment and forgiveness. Personally, I'm being informed of so ugly things that are going on in relationship to this person, or the soul connections. And sometimes I'm not being given details, but my soul is noticing is reacting to some very, very ugly thing. And so it's like to continue to forgive in any event and send love and light. For the inner, there is what we seek is inner fulfillment that is relative to our soul, rather than the division, the separation, and the labeling of things that the ego is always separating. But as we move into this soul consciousness, we develop compassion because we realize what we do to one, we do to all. it's just the way it is. It's like on a higher consciousness. And when we die, we have to face the consequences of all that we do. We can feel and see and experience the consequences of all our actions. So if we have 51% of, at least minimum 51% of positive, then it balances out. If there is so much negative, then the soul needs to reincarnate in a position where they will suffer. But this program of reincarnation can be over. We can cleanse up and move towards the source if we choose. The Archon program of forced reincarnation is over. Huh? So continue to cultivate this sense of unity. And sometimes we have to shift our priority from one moment to the next. And sometimes I'm called to say, well, this is a priority. This is what I receive. So it's like sometimes I would say, well, no, I don't want to do that. I don't. But now I'm just like, whatever comes is like, okay, this is the priority of the moment. So it's to flow with the flow, until we get this constant alignment with our higher self and our God source, to be one unity, one unified consciousness with our universal consciousness of eternity, that is our I am presence, our beloved I am presence, that is always guiding me now. As I say, I always sense, sometimes it's like being silent when I struggle, and I'm like, yeah, I know you're here, it's like, but I'm trying not to struggle. Trust, and I feel there is a great liberation that is coming. I hear the word freedom very often in my mind. I pull some cards with the Akash, and the observer of the day is the body of desire, anger, and alimentation. We have to know that what is wanted, what is not wanted from our body of desires, because it is a child. It is bound by habits, but all our habits, some of them need to be relinquished in order to develop higher habits, higher passion. Well, the highest wisdom is the galactic, connecting to our higher self, the fifth dimension and sixth dimension. What we need to understand is the dichotomy, the difference in psychology, that complementary position between the yin and the yang, the man and the woman. For that, this is the only, the yin and the yang. There is not a third element that comes in between, as they are trying to sell us in some philosophical circle, that there is a third element or 27 other elements than man and woman. As gender, there is here we have just two. So we need to I'm going to see what we need to do is to not disperse our energy and to be the monk or the nun. It is temporary. We'll be able to re-enjoy ourselves but right now we are called to not disperse our energy. And the outcome will be wisdom. So it is very important to continue to flow with whatever highest wisdom, highest guidance you receive, because this dichotomy between man and woman is like it's a slavery and entrapment. So we want to be liberated from that. We want to exit the prison of our own limitation, our own consciousness, and for that we can ask the angels to understand how to call on the angels and work with the angels to liberate us. As we become the monk or the nun, we have to face to deactivate all our phobias and fear. We'll always have, well, not always, but there will be new fears, but to be aware of your fear and not to be afraid of it. To understand it's like a wall. As we traverse it, sometimes we are able to face it. We have the courage to go through it. Then we pass beyond it, and the fear disappears. For fear is an illusion that appears real, and so. But maybe a new fears will come. There's all kinds of things. So of course, there's like complex things we can be afraid of, but many things is like just illusions, and the fear is like the fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of love, there's so many unconscious fear that we need to become at peace with. And for that, it's like to live in a circle, it's the Amerindian, to live in connection with nature, to find our wholeness. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to pull one more card with the Dakini. We had the card of the Purification Bath in the French reading. And here we have abundance, the gold coins. And so it's going to be nice to feel the abundance, to remove ourselves completely from every form of lack. Spirit told me I'm going to move into abundance. And in just a few months, I will have forgotten that I've not always lived like that. It's going to, because abundance feels so much familiar, so much more comfortable, for so much more natural. The divinity is never associated with lack or poverty. It's so rich. And this is our eternal self-connection. Well, I'm going to finish with a song. It's a song that talks about the dark night of the soul. Somebody that wants to change his life and is ready to face his shadow. It's a small, short song. Bob Dylan. It's called Knocking on Heaven's Door. Mama, take this badge of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting too dark to see. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knocking on heaven's door. Mama, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That cold black cloud is coming down. I'm knocking on, feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm 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 knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I want to knock on heaven's door, and it will open. Huh? Christ said, "Knock, and the door shall open. Ask, and you shall receive, and seek, and you will find." For it is one of the great things. If we do not seek spiritual ascension, we would not find it. For it is free will. I'm going to pull a few cards to complete this reading. But there is a reparation. The observer is reparation. There's so many things that needs to be restored and repaired to find the balance and the harmony and the healing. But it's one step at a time, trust and faith. For the highest wisdom is forgiveness. I'm being asked to forgive over and again. Once it leaves your consciousness, it's like there's no more need to forgive. But that's true. If it is part of your consciousness and you see something dark or something hurtful, then you have to forgive. I have to forgive this, for instance, this person that I've been soul connected to. I know I will have to forgive her. What is the understanding is compassion. But we need to understand, how do we do good to others and do good to ourselves, to utilize our hand for healing, to all kinds of things. Compassion can be unlimited. Compassion, courage, and lucidity have infinite potential. The more we are able to express love, compassion, the more our lucidity and courage will grow as well. What we need to do is rest and recuperate. Well, I felt really tired. It's like I slept like 8 hours, but I feel I woke up like really tired. And the outcome will be the healing. Is a healing that will be happening. We have to trust that everything is working towards the wholeness. Healing is not about perfection, it is about wholeness. The acceptation of being whole, being joyful, being happy, having resolved and forgiven all the traumas of the past, forgotten even once they're completely integrated, forgiven, and even if we don't understand the nature of what we've been through, then it is whole. We can move on to something else, move into the future, and we have the great teacher as the last card, is the Archangel Sandalphon, about divine conduct. It says, look for meaning in your life, envision a different approach. Surround yourself with friends or masters that have proven to be of great wisdom. So very, very important to reconnect to our tribe, to surround ourselves with other people that have wisdom, that have love. And so, sometimes it's really hard, this planet, when you're facing this ignorance and this like turmoil and agitation. It's like what am I doing here? It's like you feel like a university professor that needs to teach kindergarten children. It's like they're throwing sand at each other in the sandbox of evolution. So we need to get out of this sandbox of evolution and move into the ride, into all the other games. There's more to it. There's always more to life. Well, I hope this was interesting for you. I wish you a really good day. May God bless you. And I'll talk to you later. Namaste.